Welcome back to Behind the Firewall. Today we are talking with special guest Julie Lane, CNN's fraud risk analyst. She'll talk through scams targeting seniors, share tips on how they can protect themselves, and outline the steps to take if they suspect they've been scammed. Julie, welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Lindsay. I'm happy to be here.
We know that scams targeting our senior population appear to be increasing. What do the latest statistics reveal about this trend?
Scams are increasing and affecting everyone, but older adults are especially targeted. According to the FBI and the Federal Trade Commission, people over 60 lost nearly $4.9 billion with a B to scams in 2024. Keep in mind this number underestimates the true amount because many victims don't report scams.
Wow, that is a lot of money. I had no idea that these scams were so common. But why do so many of them go unreported?
There's a lot of reasons people hesitate to report scams. They feel ashamed or embarrassed. They fear losing their independence. They don't recognize they've been scammed. They don't believe reporting will help, and they don't know how or where to report.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think some people are just in disbelief that they're even being scammed. Could you share some insights on some of the typical scams and the red flags that they should watch out for?
Sure. A few of the top scams that are impacting our seniors especially are the government impersonation scam. This is where scammers pretend to be IRS, Social Security, or Medicare officials and threaten arrest or benefit suspension. In these situations, demanding immediate payment or personal information over the phone is not something real agencies will do. They will send official letters first. Another common scam is the tech support scam. This is where fake tech support says your device has a virus and asks for remote access or payment for bogus fixes. In these scenarios, unsolicited calls or pop-ups warn about device problems and ask for remote access or money, which are huge red flags. Another is sweepstakes and lottery scams. The person's told they've won a prize but must pay upfront fees or taxes to claim it. Red flags here are requests for money to get a prize you didn't even enter to win, and they want money, especially via gift cards or digital payments up front. Another is the grandparent scam. This is where a scammer, sometimes using AI-generated voices, pretends to be a grandchild or other family member in trouble, and they're asking for money and swearing you to secrecy. This one really tugs on the heartstrings of the older adult because their emotions get really involved because they think it's a family member in danger needing help. Requests for money and secrecy from someone who sounds like a loved one but seems a little off or unfamiliar are some red flags in this scenario.
Yeah, those ones are really hard because, like you said, they're so emotive. They pull on your heartstrings. Yeah.
And the last one I wanted to touch base on is the fake check scam, which has been around for a long time. You receive a fake check and are asked to return money or buy gift cards. A red flag here is being asked to send money back or buy gift cards after getting a large check. You know, it just doesn't make sense.
Wow, thank you for reviewing those, Julie. I've unfortunately seen those firsthand, or I've heard of loved ones getting caught by these way too often. They're all, a little different, but it does sound like there are some general red flags to watch out for all of those. Could you cover just the general red flags we should be looking for?
Sure, Lindsay. Some basic general red flags here that people should really bear in mind are pressure to act quickly without time to think, being told to keep the situation secret, especially from family or your bank, requests for unusual payments like gift cards, wire transfers, cryptocurrency. Then there's the offers that sound too good to be true. And lastly, unexpected emails, phone calls, texts, or pop-ups from unknown sources.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Thanks, Julie. Yes, those are all really helpful signs to watch for. So what should someone do if they suspect that they're in a scam?
If someone contacts you by phone, text, or email and you think it might be a scam, you should hang up immediately. Don't engage with unsolicited callers. You should verify the caller independently. Call back using a trusted phone number you know. Never share personal information Legitimate organizations won't ask for social security numbers or bank details over the phone. And talk to someone you trust. Share the details with family, friends, or a financial advisor.
Always good to bring in others on those. So what if someone suspects that they've fallen victim to a scam? What actions should they take as next steps to protect themselves?
Some things they could do first is to call the National Elder Fraud Hotline for help and advice. They can contact their local law enforcement via their non-emergency number, especially if they feel threatened. They should report scams online at the Federal Trade Commission website. They should alert their bank or financial institutions so they can protect your accounts with you. And reach out to trusted family or longtime friends for support.
Thanks, Julie. And we will put the National Elder Fraud Hotline phone number and the Federal Trade Commission links. We'll put those in the show notes so people can access those. So a lot of people might ignore the whole reporting part of this. Once they know their information is safe, that's where it stops. But why is it so important to report scams?
There's a couple reasons, Lindsay. It helps with investigations. Reporting allows authorities to investigate and take action against scammers. Also, it helps protect others. Reporting helps agencies recognize new scams and warn the public. And also, it can assist the victim. Reporting can support recovery efforts and possibly help you get back some of your money.
Thank you, Julie, so much for all of this really helpful information. Again, we will share the links that you mentioned in the show notes so our listeners can take advantage of that. And thank you for being on the show today and sharing this important information.
It was my pleasure, Lindsay.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Behind the Firewall. Stay tuned for another episode next month.
This podcast is brought to you by C&N, member FDIC. An equal housing lender.